It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield-Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sara Foreheads.
And hey, look at us. We're back. It is, it's great to be back with you. We had a fantastic time off. We'll talk about that more coming up toward the end of the podcast. But we're happy to be back. We want to thank Diana Tyndall from Modern Day Marketing and her special guests filling in for us, Joe Dawes from the Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks, and Joy Robertson, a Murdy realtor and TV host. Man, it was like having the old gang back together while we were gone.
I know. I felt like the band was back together again. I used to watch Joe and Joy all the time, and then Diana with him. So yeah, Three's Company, good times. So thank you to all three of them for filling in. It's no easy task, right, Ethan?
It's not. No, this is a tough job. This is a tough job, but they did a great job. We're grateful to them for filling in, and keep you guys in touch with them as well. Now that they're both off TV, Joy's back on a little bit, but we're going to try to catch you up on the news. There's a lot going on.
Yes, here's some news. Students and staff at Springfield's Hillcrest High School are mourning the loss of a longtime beloved teacher. 45-year-old Jennifer Bryant was killed Friday afternoon in a multiple car crash on I-44 right at the Glenstone exit. Jennifer Bryant had been a science teacher at Hillcrest High School for 20 years. Police say a semi-truck was headed west on I-44, crossed through the median, went through the cable barriers, and hit her car, killing her on impact.
That is
all right,
man. That's just such an awful story on so many levels. Longtime teacher, has young children, beloved in the community, and there's no. I mean, it could have been anybody, really. When that kind of a crash could literally happen to any of us at any time. I was thinking about that as we were driving back from Colorado. We were at one point on a 2-lane road, and it was snowing, and
head-to-head traffic.
Traffic was going pretty fast, and there were semis coming at us. It could happen so fast. So I saw the post of a former student of hers, and it just said, "I'm hugging my loved ones tighter tonight after learning of this tragic death." And I think everybody does that.
Yeah, it is a big loss, and no doubt the students are feeling it there at Hillcrest. I mean, really, and beyond, whether they had her or not. So,
right.
All right. Speaking of school, we got some winter weather in the forecast, and that means Evangel is pushing back its start date for the new semester, especially because they have a lot of out-of-state students who have to travel to Springfield to get back to class. So they are pushing it back now until Thursday. So students have a few more days to get here and to enjoy that winter break.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Ozark School District has a new building. The district just purchased the old Dolby building with a price tag of about $8 million, a little more than that. The building is essentially connected already to district offices right there in the same spot. A portion of the building will be used for technology and maintenance departments, and the district is inviting the public to weigh in on what the rest of the building should be used for. There's an open house to discuss that issue coming up on January 16th at 6:30 in the p.m. over there at Ozark Middle School. But they have a sprawling complex now, it seems, over in Ozark for the school district.
All right. Did you see this terrifying moments aboard an airplane this weekend? On Friday night, an Alaska Airlines flight was headed to California when a portion of the airplane blew off, like the wall of the airplane. That flight had to make an emergency landing and it lost pressure. Wow. So hopefully people paid attention when they demonstrated how to use the oxygen masks, because they came down for everybody to put on and everything. One passenger was describing that a teenage boy and his mother were sitting close to the place where the wall flew out of the plane, and the mom apparently had to pull the son back in due to the force of the suction, trying to pull him out. And that passenger who was interviewed said that the boy's shirt was sucked off. Oh my gosh, that's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, so everyone is okay. Nobody was injured. Of course, the FAA is investigating. And then I saw some reports this weekend that jet, the Max 737, was grounded. So, yeah, which you remember when Boeing had to do that several years ago. And that's crazy.
That is unbelievable. It's you don't even think that's a possibility of happening when you're in an airplane. But now I'm going to think of that, which
I've
is
actually always thought of it as a possibility because of the emergency door exits. It always makes me nervous because I don't see them go check it. They probably do, but I don't see them. And I always want to be like, can you like rattle that door a little bit? Like make sure that hatch is down. Do you not like I think about that sometimes.
I
Maybe
never
it's
think about
because
that.
when I flew to Europe, I was like 17 or so flying by myself to Europe. And I was reading the Left Behind series and I was not like following the Lord. And I read the Left Behind series. Are you familiar?
I am,
Jerry
of course.
Jenkins? Yeah. And so I have ever since then thought much about flights. There you
Interesting.
go. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, this will change what I do a little bit, because I sometimes don't keep my seatbelt on when there's no reason to keep it on.
I
You know,
do.
I'll undo it. If I go to the bathroom, I'll come back and then I just won't put the seatbelt back on unless they say there's going to be turbulence or something. But I think now I might do that to avoid being sucked out of the aircraft if the wall breaks through.
Oh,
And I
man.
saw a couple. I didn't see any video. I saw a couple of pictures from here, like looking over across the aisles to the open, and I was like, "Is that actually?" And they were already on the ground at that point, but everybody looked as though they were pretty calm about it. But I guess, but once you're on the ground, okay, it's
No, I
like
saw some video
subverted.
from the sky and
Did
people
you? I
seemed
didn't see
calm.
any.
Yeah. One of the passengers was rolling and or she started rolling after the wall caved in or fell out, I should say. But everybody did seem calm, which was surprising. I would have been up like preaching, you know? I would have been
Well,
that
it
girl.
reminds me of
I'd have been like,
Airplane.
listen, everybody, we might die right now. But
It reminds me of the movie Airplane. Whenever the person, I forget if it's I think it's a woman. Anyway, she's hysterical, and everybody comes through and they slap her across the face to try to, and then people have a ball bat and they're in line waiting to smack this woman to calm her down. It
well, I
reminds
wouldn't
me
be
of
that
that.
calm. So, all right. Well, end of the story is that everybody is fine, but the FAA, of course, is trying to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, and had they been higher, if they're at 30,000 feet,
Yeah, they were only at 16,000 feet. They dropped quickly to 10,000 feet and then
yeah.
obviously made the emergency landing.
Well, if they're 30,000, I mean, game over. It's
Yeah.
it's over for everybody
Yep.
sitting back there. Whew, man. Okay. Springfield native, this is cool, is in the national spotlight. Actress Kaylee Spaney has been nominated for her very first Golden Globe, Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, for her role as Priscilla Presley in Priscilla. It was released back in October, so congratulations and good luck to her. Who knew? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love that. And she started in Springfield. I mean, I would have not ever known who she was. And then I saw the city of Springfield make a post about her. And apparently she started as a young teenager at Landers Theater, like through the
Wow.
Springfield Little Theater, and then also at Silver Dollar City.
That's really amazing because, Springfield, obviously Brad Pitt. We have that opera singer who was just named the world's greatest opera singer. He's from,
Yes.
we had the
Yeah.
other kid who was in the, what was that?
What's his name? Michael Spires.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cool. Yeah. And then this lady.
He was in the musical show. He was from Lebanon, I think, right? But that's amazing. Good for her.
Yep.
Good for her. Big Whiskey's is getting bigger. The Ozark-based restaurant is expanding in the Lebanon and Neosho. Should open in both places coming up this summer. That'll be nice. The Osho restaurant will be in a newer shopping area called Blue Oak Plaza. and no word yet on exactly where the new restaurant will be located in Lebanon. But each of you in the O Show in Lebanon are getting the big whiskeys, which
Yep.
good food. It's a good place.
Yeah, I like their food. I mean, we've been there 4 or 5 times maybe, and it's always been good. So,
Oh, it's
yay
been
for them.
several times, yeah.
All right. Now to this, Houlihan's, on the other hand, is closing. Just the one on the south side of the town. North side Houlihan's is going to stay open, but the one right off James River Freeway and Republic Road is closed. Like officially, it is done. No word yet on what could be coming to what feels like a prime location. I mean, apparently not. It's apparently not a prime location, but it seems like it would be such a good location, and they are done. So,
Yeah, that's a shame. It does seem like a good location toward on the south side.
But
So
Traza closed in there. Progress closed in there. So maybe it's not, but it just seems
I don't know.
busy because it's right off 2 major roads.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
I don't
I don't know if it's different. I know that when you drive by, it's different. Not Houlihan's because it's on the corner, but the other restaurant, it's kind of difficult to see what all is in there in that development.
Right.
Especially on the back side of it. If you don't go to the farmer's market, you probably never get over there to see what's there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what could be the issue, the problem, because it is a great location.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Anyway, we'll keep you posted when we figure out what might be coming instead.
There's big money flowing in college athletics. ESPN just inked a deal with the NCAA for nearly $1 billion over the next 8 years. That means the sports network will get the TV rights to 40 NCAA championships, including the women's basketball championships. It still does not, though, include the men's basketball championships or the football playoffs. ESPN's, just to put it in perspective, the new one to the old one, ESPN's current contract with the NCAA brings in $34 million a year for 29 championships. This new one is $115 million a year for 40 championships. So a handful of more championships to cover, but more than 3 times as much money to pay for it. So it's a big deal. And then there's this low-key weekend for the Kansas City Chiefs. After already having clinched the number 3 seed in the AFC, they sat both quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce for the final game of the regular season. They did not play. Even so, the Chiefs pulled out a win against the Los Angeles Chargers, I should say. Chargers in L.A. The Chiefs got the W with a drive in the fourth quarter, so it was a bit of a nail-biter that ended with a game-winning field goal. The Chiefs finished the season with an 11-6 record and head off to the playoffs now.
Mm-hmm.
Playoffs.
Yeah. Playoffs. All right, all week. So starting today through the 12th of January, you can win tickets to the Kansas City Chiefs wild card game. So that should be so much fun. What you need to do is go to Around the Ozarks. .com and you can check it out. We have a contest going on right now to win those tickets to the wildcard games. And we would like to thank our sponsor for that giveaway. It is the Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair and Waterproofing. So thank you, Smouse Brothers. And somebody's got to win. So go and register right now, aroundtheozarks.com. You can click on contest and then you will see how you can win those tickets to the wild card game. Should be a great one.
Absolutely. And man, Around the Ozarks really hands out some incredible prizes. Signed jerseys of Chiefs tickets all the time.
I know.
So man,
cool.
if you're not at aroundtheozarks.com signing up for those contests week in and week out, because your chances renew just about every week.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I love meeting people in the community who are participating in those,
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So, check it out right now, aroundtheozarks.com. And you only have today through the 12th. So you got to get on it.
And we are back. As you know, we were off for a couple of weeks, one for Christmas. And then just last week, we spent the week in Colorado, which is one of our favorite things to do as a family. Probably the favorite. I know it is for Sarah, is to go skiing, to take the kids, skiing. Sarah snowboards. The rest of us ski. We were at Breckenridge and Vail last week, and man, it was just such a great time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love it so much. Anytime I'm in Colorado, I think to myself, I wonder if I could actually be a ski bum. Could I actually make a living and support my children by like teaching snowboarding lessons?
And the answer
I
is
think
an
the answer to
emphatic
that
no.
is no.
It's an
Probably
emphatic
not.
no. Yeah, you absolutely cannot.
Yeah.
It's a retirement job just to get free skiing.
I
That's
know,
what that
but
is.
if I retire, then am I old? And if I'm old, then can I still snowboard? These are the things that I think about sometimes.
Well, yeah,
I don't know the
snowboarding is
answer to
not
that.
for the snowboarding is for the young folks, I would say. As
Well,
much as I see you on your hind end.
you don't see me on my hind end that much.
I see you every time we're getting on and off a lift. You're down on the
that's true.
ground, buckling boots, and
Yeah,
heavens,
It's true.
it's a lot of work.
Anyway,
But
it was a great time.
we posted pictures and some video on our individual Facebook pages. You can find that there if you're interested in seeing anything. But we stayed at an Airbnb just in Frisco, basically. It's kind of on the border of Breckenridge and Frisco. But it was a little bigger than a tiny house. But it was cool because it had little lofts with the ladders that kids climb up. And that's where the
stay in
kids
their
slept, was in
room.
a couple of lofts up there.
If anybody
Um,
wants to donate $600,000, we could buy one. And
Yeah.
So just let me know.
There were some for sale in there that
I
we
know. I
were
was
like,
looking them up. I was like, oh my gosh, can you imagine if we owned? It looks like a tiny house. It really does. It looks like a tiny house. They're about 700 square feet, but nice, like a little cabin lodge thing. And it was heavenly. It really
it'd
was
be great.
heavenly. Yeah.
It'd be great. Yeah, we had a really good time. It's what's caught us by surprise, I think, a little bit, is the lack of snow out there. There hasn't, because I heard early in the season, I thought that it was supposed to. They were predicting a really good snow year, and we had one last year while we were out there. But this year we got there and we looked around, like some of the mountains, like across the street from the resort, had no snow on them. It was dirt. And we were like, what is happening? And now those are the ones that face the sun all day. But even on the slopes, there were spots where they had markers up and there's big rocks showing, and dirt in some spots. It was unlike anything that I'd ever seen, honestly, this time of year.
That's why we ended up going from Breckenridge to Vail, because Vail had more snow than Breck. But also it started snowing when we left, and then it was snowing here when we were leaving there. So perhaps they still have a very snowy season to come. For them, it's very early in the season. We just happened to catch it before the big snow. So
yeah, I think it could turn in a week. They could get 2 feet of snow and be back on track. But so far, it was strange riding up the lifts and even skiing down and seeing dirt at the beginning of January. We've never seen that before.
Which is why I bit it one time. Because of the dirt, because of hitting, like going super fast on the snow and then.
Yeah, you stop on the dirt.
You stop on the dirt, you lose your balance, except for your body weight still going forward. And I rolled, but I stood up and went like this so that everybody on the lift who was watching me would know that I was okay. And then I'm looking around for Ethan, and he was nowhere in sight, but that's fine.
The kids did great. They had a good time. They're getting good now. This is their 3rd year going to ski, and they all did black diamond moguls, which moguls are the little hills that you have to navigate around or over as you're skiing, and they're pretty intimidating. But all 3 of them this time did some black diamond moguls, and it was pretty cool. It was cool to watch them do it.
They were all good. Don't tell the girls, but Griffin's a natural. It was funny watching him. He's like jumping, on purpose.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I think the girls jumped some too, but maybe not on purpose.
I have a video on my Facebook page. I have a video. I think it's a 5-minute video of us, like the whole family, skiing down one of the runs. I think that's going to post. I scheduled it to post today at some point. I forget what time.
That's fun. Good times.
I did it yesterday, but you can check that out if you want. And we are back all week. We got some sports coming up on the weekend for all of our kids, and then there's the Tournament of Champions. I think starts Thursday, So that's exciting.
I
If
love
anybody
it. I
has
want to
tickets,
go. Yes.
if anybody has tickets, let me know because I need 2 tickets for Griffin and me
Wait,
for
are they sold
Friday
out? Someone told me that. Are they sold out?
for Friday night is what I'm looking for.
Oh,
Yeah, they're sold out.
okay. Well,
So
maybe
I
you'll
think
find
I
some.
could probably find some, but if you have any, message me on Facebook and we'll see what we can do.
And then Ethan, hey, guess what? You got to check your messages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't message me on Facebook. Maybe oh man.
Yes, just check your messages.
I always forget to check Facebook messages.
I'm
I have like a
aware.
zillion.
I'm aware.
If you've messaged me on
I know.
Facebook and I haven't responded, it's because I don't look at them at all.
Yeah. And then what
I mean-
happens is they message me, letting me know that they've messaged you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not his keeper. There's a lot of things I would do if I could, but I just
Don't have
can't.
time for that.
Yep. Okay. Well, happy Monday, everybody. And we're
Happy New
excited
Year.
to be back with you. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to check out the contest around theozarks.com and then click on contest and you will see it.
Indeed. We missed you and we hope you missed us. And we're happy to be back and we'll see you right back here bright and early tomorrow.
All right. See ya. Bye.